Hi Wildcats, it's me, Miss Blair. I'm going to be taking you through a story problem today, so I hope you're ready to do some math. So here our story problem is about Miss Davis, and during our first read, I want you to be thinking about, is there an action? And so when I ask, is there an action, I want you to think to yourself, is the character in the story getting something or gaining something, or is the character in the story losing something? So, again, during this first read, you're thinking to yourself, is there an action in the story problem? Is a character getting something or is a character losing something? Go ahead and put your eyes up on the paper. Miss Davis had 40 markers. She found 28 more markers. How many markers does Miss Davis have now? So during that read, you were thinking to yourself, is there an action? Did Miss Davis get something or did Miss Davis lose something? When I say go, you're going to show me a thumbs up for she got something or a thumbs down for she didn't get something. Go ahead, show me. Good. Miss Davis, there is an action, and the action is that Miss Davis got something. And I know she got something because she found 28 more markers. This action word of found means she got something. Good. So now during the second read, I want you to write a number sentence that matches the story problem. During the second read, you're writing a number sentence that matches the story problem. Miss Davis had 40 markers. She found 28 more markers. How many markers does Miss Davis have now? So during that read, you should have written your number sentence. During this third read, if you did not write your number sentence, you'll write your number sentence. And if you wrote your number sentence, go ahead and mark that number sentence up and start making your part whole box. Miss Davis had 40 markers. She found 28 more markers. How many markers does Miss Davis have now? So now that we've read the story 3 times and you've written your number sentence, I want you to start thinking to yourself, will Miss Davis have more or will she have less than 40 markers? Will Miss Davis have more or will she have less than 40 markers? Go ahead and think to yourself. Good, so let's bring it back. So show me, will she have more or less? Yeah, she'll have more. She'll have more than 40 markers, but because again, we had that action of her finding something, so that means she got some. So if you wrote your number sentence correctly, this should have been your number sentence and your part whole box. 40 plus 28 equals And so I labeled my number sentence. 40 represents A. Good. 28 represents A. Good. And so we're solving for the whole. And if you plugged in your part whole box, your whole is blank, 28 is a part, and 40 is a part. So now you're going to have some time to solve this story problem. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to go ahead and show how you got your answer using 2 different strategies. Go ahead, you have 5 minutes, go to work. So at this time, parents, you can pause the video so that your child can go ahead and solve the story problem using 2 different strategies. So if you're done solving, Miss Davis found markers. Miss Davis found 68 markers. So here are 3 different strategies, and you could have used any of these 3 different strategies depending on which strategies you were using in school and what you've been working on with Miss Wilkerson or myself. So the first strategy is the least sophisticated strategy. It's the one that's going to take us the longer, but some of us are still working at this point, and that's absolutely fine. As mathematicians, we always work at our own pace. So the first strategy, I drew 4 tens to represent 40, and then I know I'm adding, and then I drew 2 tens and 8 ones to represent 28. Then to get my answer, I counted all of my tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then I counted my ones, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. The next strategy is conserving. And remember that conserve means to hold on to or to hold in your heart. So when I use this strategy, I conserved 40 because it's the larger value. And then I counted on 28. So I put out 2 10s and 8 1s. So 40, count on 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. And then my last strategy is the most sophisticated strategy. It's the most efficient. For those of us that are working on this strategy, we have number sentences. So again, I started with 40, just like this scholar and just like this scholar. And then I counted on 28, but I decomposed 28 into 10s and 1s. So I first added 40 plus 20, which is the same as right here. And I got 60, same. Then I added my 1s, and I added 60 plus 8. Here go my 8 1s, here's my 8, and 60 plus 8 equals 68. So all 3 strategies got us the same answer. However, you use whichever strategies you are most comfortable with. So that's it for today. You have similar story problems in your binder to work on throughout the week. And I'll be checking in to see how you're doing with those story problems and which strategies you're using in order to solve. So again, I'll see you guys next week. Have a good week.